Hey fam, it's your boy, back at it again with some katawa shojo, part 10. That's part 10. If it's not, Matt, you screwed up. Editing Matt, not Matt. So, we're back. This paraplegic, no, sorry, that's rude. This young lady right here is saying that she just insults people based on their disabilities. Oh, that's funny. I just ate dinner, so now my throat should be so forth. How did I do his voice? I see. With little left to say, Rin resumes the lunch and the conversation dies anyway, but I keep thinking about what was said. It's the first time I told anybody about my condition. All the other people had either known about it already or heard something about it from somebody else. Or didn't need to know about it, like every other student here so far. Should I have told it as a neutral part of introductions? Is it expected of me? Hi, I'm Sal. I have a very serious heart condition. Is that how I'm supposed to go? Is that how I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? As if our disabilities would define us. What a disgusting thought. Or maybe it's just Takuzo has an unnatural interest in such things. As they walked to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens up to study Rin from the corner of my eye. Her hair is burnt auburn, almost orange, a cop shirt. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. Boy's uniform and lack of arms make her look very thin, almost scrawny. She's not particularly pretty except for her meek, murky green eyes which flicker restlessly from below her shirt bangs, even when she eats. The difference between the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb it all within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as deftly as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight would discomfort people, especially white kids. It makes me feel at least a bit uncomfortable. I hesitate to think what's more than natural, but it's a little too late now, isn't it? I keep searching the cabinets and shelves for Misha things, but after enough time passes, the solid feels too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this train home. So do you always eat alone in this late, or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors? Maybe you were my first occasional visitor, but I don't always use alone either. Sometimes I eat with a certain person on the roof, if she's not horsing around. Horsing? She likes to do sports. Oh. And that's all I can say. Oh god, I forgot all the voices. And that's all I can think of to say. Both of us fall silent again and Rin forks the last bit of a meal through her mouth. I look down at my haul and double check it with Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. There's plywood in the back. You see it right here, right? Wait, does OBS? My homeboy OBS doesn't. I want to save. Now, it says I've only been playing for 2 hours. 3 hours, but I don't think that's possible. I've been playing for like years. I looked down at my haul. Yup. So, I think I have all my things now. That's very nice for you. Don't feel obliged to stay. I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're doing with that stuff anyway, right? Well, perhaps you would like to watch while sleeping. I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. Even if I did, I think I had to get going. I'll catch you around, Takuza. You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is good enough point to warrant this much. I was already turn and make my exit, but she follows me back in. Fine, I guess. I'm his pal. Then you are. Rin looks at me hard in the eyes. That intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. Like she's actually not looking at me at all. She blinks a couple of times, and I can't figure out why such a pause like this just popped up between out of nowhere. See you later, Miss Val. There's something like a tiny smile there in her face, maybe. I quietly backed out of the room while I shut the door in front of my face. I whispered to myself, what an intriguing person. I'm inside to hear a muffled sing-song voice. I heard that. I'm shook. I'm being quaked right now. What is that? What did she hear? I jump up with the sudden appearance of Misha, who was not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Somehow she got into jumping distance of me without sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about a global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that thought aside. Suzune, standing slightly behind Misha, looked aloof as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention, but Misha is visibly excited. No way! More importantly, who was in there? There's no club meeting to start at. She tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. What are you doing here? You took so long that we had to come check what's wrong. That's not good, He-chan. She flags her finger at me scoldingly. I said plywood, but everything else is still missing because you are tidy. Oh, I'm sorry, I got the things here just so you could bring them. I think you were up to some mischief, He-chan. Who was in here with you, I wonder? Misha saying something quietly to Suzune, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Suzune immediately pushes away past me and opens the door into the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she was experiencing. With Suzune's diligence and attitude, the insolence of daring to deface school properly by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. And indeed, she stared at Rin, frozen in place apart from the slightest but noticeable trembling of his shoulders and suppressed rage and sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few steps, deep breath, just in classes and slams the door shut, turning to slam furiously at Misha. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. She shoots a very low stare at me too, as she was somehow my fault that Rena sleeping on one of the tables. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness. Hello? And his voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realize that she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind us, looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face. Hello? Miss Tezuka? What do you think you are doing? You are absolutely not permitted to use school properly for the disgraceful activity. It sure is suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know it was this popular. To say rather, she's rather happy or unhappy about this turn of events. Anyway, she ignores Shizune Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Then they tap Misha's shoulder, points at Ren, and makes some quick signs. Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore. Anyhow, how is your project going? Won't be done for the festival? Ren looks at him blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure. Shizune cold stare is putting on her. I keep wondering about that myself too. And I'll think about it harder. At Misha's silence, the reply to Suzune's face turns into an unsatisfied frown. Miss Takuza, please try to take it seriously. It'll be a disaster if the wall looks like someone threw up their lunch onto it. Rin nods affirmatively. We'll think more seriously. Misha actually giggles at that, but Suzune doesn't. Not even after translation. She just shakes her head, takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha and tow. Rin frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student duo. How rude. It's true, I must finish my project for the weekend. There'll be a dire consequence if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are more dire. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future. I'm about to ask what the project she had and why there are these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back into the art classroom. Since you have nothing to do, would you mind giving me a hand? This pink doesn't fit in my bag, but I need it. She kicks like that. A huge can of paint is lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. It lets out a dull clang. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure, where do you need to take it? Oof. Away. With that, she takes off with the hallway, me and the pink can following, with a little tray for either of us. Hallway quiet and empty now. Shizune and Michigan saw we two leave towards the stairwell at the other end. I've been on 15 or 20 steps I have to change. They came from one hand to another because the fin handle cuts to my palm. At least it keeps my arm from tiring too fast. Rin strolled behind me with the uneven pace that I have trouble matching. Or maybe I'm walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast, and I can't figure out which. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and its fox-like grin. What was I do for that guy? I was like cool first. I was like, Mr. Nakai, what a happy coincidence. To the cup, to the course. He courteously nods to Rin, who did not acknowledge him back, then turns to me because he is obviously, it's me who has some business with. There's something I forgot to mention on Monday. I nod. Oh god, they have the same voice. I added the most divided by 2. I nod and wait impassively because I can't even begin to get what he forgot. Feeling the candle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about its interruption either. Is it even on? Excuse me. It's about your medication. I'll do a few tests regularly, but what I want to give you is keep an eye on everything so your condition feels off. You know what I mean. Nausea, headache, anything. And come see me if something happens. Alright. So how are you? Everything fine? I give up and drop the can to the floor before answering him. Apparently this takes longer than my biceps can handle. I was about to say something generic advanced, but then I realized how often I've done that. Other people were asking that too. Students, teachers here, my parents, visitors, nurses, doctors, everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's not for a hospital, not so much for a school. Except the school. This is a small school, and both the student base and the facility, faculty seem very tightly knit. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And it's not the kind of school that gets transferred too often. The thought and shove up my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway. To just go through the whole dialogue, say, I don't want to give the generic answer, but I'm going to. Oh, that's great. Also, one other thing. My closest told me you've been neither at the school track nor even at the pool. So I'd like to know if you've done any exercising of the past. You had people spying on me? Oh, not as such. I just happen to know some people, but that's not the issue here, so don't try to flip that with. Well, that's actually just doing some infrared route thing as an exercise. The stupid grin screwed on his face for a second, and he comes back like it was never gone. Tetsugo, would you give us a second? The nurse grabs him by the shoulder without asking, waiting for Win's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and dragged me aside. When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. I understand that you're still in your first week and all, but please don't ignore the importance of this. The reason I'm coming down hard on you is that habits are not easy to form. The more you slip and push down, the harder it will be. Same with everything like dieting. Can you? Yes. Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you can be my spy. I really totally would, but yeah, I want you waifu for life. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off them. Are you getting medication for your heart singing? Were you listening? Comes out more accusatory than I intended, accidentally lashing out on her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not a business. The nurse seems to be happily ignorant about confidentiality too, talking about that kind of thing in public. But it's not Rin's fault, is it? I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty, but Rin is just staring past my shoulder quizzically, as her head tilted like a bird. Sigh. I don't know why it's so hard for me. It feels like there's some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this. Yeah, they're for my heart. Will they make you better? No, not really. They make me a little less worse. Rin keeps looking at me for a while longer, and seeing if there's anything further, displays any kind of emotion I could discern. I'm thankful she doesn't, and I'm still not used to all of this. At the hospital, it was easy, but I haven't sorted out my feelings about having to live a normal life with this disability. We leave the main building. Rin leads us onwards towards the dorm. We stop at the small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground, and a wall and a few trees that everyone has just over. Sorry guys. I should probably talk more nice, but I'm curious to show you. What? My wife reel? I'm probably gonna do multiple runs through this. Get all the wife reels. I like there's a picture of a potato in the bottom left corner. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground, and with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to suffer around every time they come and go. Probably the only inconvenient design in the school. The entire wall was made of kind of bricks, as the building itself has been covered with some sort of painting. Most of it is no sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against the gray plastering that covers almost the entire length of the wall. But some places look a bit more finished. There are human faces with legs and hands, and I can't quite say what the painting of the home might portray. Stacks of what seem to be paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground beside the wall. The left side is hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in a mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. And it was suddenly morning. I have to open it now, but the guys from art class were helping with the negative spaces and base surfaces whenever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas for a lot of people with hands. The reach is better, and it's faster too. She goes on a tangent of a tangent, waving a little with her arm or whatever other there actually is, to demonstrate even though I got the point already. The right cotton of her sleeve flaps around, and it makes me think if it looks sadder than it does. It makes me feel as though a place like every tangible reminder of the student base's special properties has it in the past few days. The girl doesn't notice any of my truly feelings, of course, or the fact that she lost me a while ago already, and just keeps on blabbering. That's why I'm trying to figure out if there's something special I need to figure out, and then figure out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Why would all hope be lost? Because the paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted over another kind of paint. It takes time. She finally stops, apparently thinking she made some kind of statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top. This is your project, you did this? Yes. All of it? Yes. Nice, but I stumble over with my words, suddenly feeling like I walked straight into a minefield of political incorrectness. It's okay, you can say it, I probably won't get mad. I blush really hard, I don't know what the right thing to say is, if any. It feels that I'm way more sensitive than minutes, though. It's really awkward. Don't you want to ask? How do you paint without hands? See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. I almost got it already, but it's not hard to do. You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how adept she is at using her feet to eat, I feel that painting might not be a problem with her. Neither have anything to do anymore to add to the subject. The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looks like in a dim light. Do you think it's flat? Well, painting tends to be flat. Not like that flat, like flat. Some people are like no substance, no meat, but there should be some. Okay, I get it, but I couldn't really tell. I'm not good at that with art. I can't name many artists or artistic terms. I don't really have anything to say. Green shrugged her shoulders as I think to himself without saying it, and looked up at the sky trying to look for something up there. I don't really think I get actually. And he walked up, if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it's too dark. I wanted to get the halogen lamp like the ones they have at the sports track, but there aren't any. I'm sure a trick to recruit my head, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Why not? I'm not sure if I can get my help though. I should make some paints, we can do that, probably. Do you have motive control problem? Like, the people who have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe? Not that I know of. I get it. Art thinking has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for a reason. No, it doesn't. Let's do it then. So she sits on an empty wooden box and naturally picks up a wide brush from the toes of a very white foot. I open a few cans and pour some of the contents into the shallow bowl for mixing. The thick painful is leads from the can to the bowl like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking four patterns that melt quickly into each other from a new monotone hue. Rin sets to work every now and then asking me for a hand or something, or the other. Finding the different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paints to the exact tone this girl is apparently saying in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last millimeter before she's satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at best. Add half a splash of green. I crouched down and picked up the can of red green. No, the other green, this green. I carefully pulled some of the other green and painted in the seaboard. That's almost a whole splash. Oh wait. Is green a good color to add? No, dear, you're the artist here. A hint of smile appears in the corner of her mouth. Do you lack an opinion? No, I have no idea. It's okay. I got an idea. Add more right. With exclamation and boldness, we're gonna win the boldness that looks slightly whiter. The hat. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you saw the meaning of life in the green but couldn't remember it. Maybe show us. But the impossibility of mixing colors like the change of the fields or any other nonsense that would be imposed to me, I find myself doing it more than I thought I would. Seeing a painting being born on a plastic wall feels like magic. I spent a few moments I have been mixing paints and crouching down on the pavement and looking at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. Her entire presence emits a completely different air as she patiently works the details, adding layers of paint on top of other layers of paint, stealthily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. When I managed to produce a passable mixture of paint, the rare smile on her face was oddly rewarding. Apart from the few words when discussing paint mixes, neither of us said the word for the longest time, and even though short discussions soon revolve into shorthand, both of us developing and using weird improv code words for the paints and the hues. As if there was some need to conserve words and embrace and sound. We stayed there until the late evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. We're gonna end it here.